In this video we share Pope John Paul II and the Ukraine. John Paul II's respect for the Ukrainian people was manifested literally from the very beginning of his pontificate. After a new pope is elected, the cardinals who have participated in the conclave kneel before him, a ritual known as the homagium. During his homagium, Pope John Paul broke protocol and lifted up two cardinals from the kneeler before him and embraced them, Stefan Wyszyński, the indomitable Primate of Poland under communist rule, and Josyf Slipyj, the Greek-Catholic Archbishop of Lviv who, having refused to head an Orthodox Church that was loyal to the Soviet regime, had been imprisoned in the gulag and released thanks to the intervention of Pope Saint John XXIII. In 1946, the Soviets had banned the Ukrainian Greek-Catholic Church, which would emerge only after the fall of the USSR. In 1979, John Paul II sent a letter to Archbishop Slipyj on the occasion of the 1000th anniversary of Christianity in Kievan Rus. In the past, as today, the Apostolic See has always attributed a special importance to this same unity which shines forth amid the very differences of the Byzantine rite and ecclesial tradition, in the Slavonic liturgical language, in the ecclesiastical chant and in all the forms of devotion which are so deeply ingrained in the history of your people. For these things reveal its spirit, and in some definitive way show the peculiar nature as well as the complexity of the matter itself. That is confirmed, for example, when sons and daughters of the Ukrainian people leave their own state. Even as immigrants they still retain their association with their church which through its traditions, language and liturgy stays with them as if it were a spiritual fatherland in foreign lands. Recently Pope Francis has been invited to visit war-battered Kyiv. So far, the only pope to visit Ukraine has been Saint John Paul II, whose pilgrimage was on June 23 to 27, 2001. Just as Patriarch Kirill today is a public defender of Russian imperialism against Ukraine, in 2001 the Russian Orthodox Church opposed the papal visit. Pope John Paul II began his visit in Lviv by visiting the city's three Catholic cathedrals, Latin, Armenian, and Greek-Catholic. On the last day of his visit, in a ceremony attended by 1.2 million believers, Pope Saint John Paul II beatified 28 Greek Catholic martyrs, mostly under Soviet rule. They included the Greek Catholic priest Roman Lysko, the first married Catholic priest to be raised to the altars, who was killed by the Soviets for refusing to become Orthodox. John Paul II's visit to Ukraine had a political dimension as well. At the end of the pilgrimage, he defended Ukraine's European vocation and the bravery of its people amidst foreign oppression. 21 years later, when Ukraine is courageously defending its territorial integrity and struggling to free itself of Russia, and politically be a part of the West, these words are truly prophetic. Thank you, Ukraine, who defended Europe in your untiring and heroic struggle against invaders. May the Lord give you peace, people of Ukraine, who with tenacious and harmonious dedication have at last recovered your freedom and have begun the work of rediscovering your truest roots. You are committed to an arduous path of reforms aimed at giving everyone the possibility of following and practicing their own faith, culture, and convictions in a framework of freedom and justice. Even if you still feel the painful scars of the tremendous wounds inflicted over endless years of oppression, dictatorship, and totalitarianism, during which the rights of the people were denied and trampled upon, look with confidence to the future. This is the opportune time. This is the time for hope and daring. My hope is that Ukraine will be able fully to become a part of the Europe which will take in the entire continent from the Atlantic to the Urals. As I said at the end of that year 1989, which was of such great importance in the recent history of the continent, there cannot be a peaceful Europe capable of spreading civilization without the interaction and sharing of the different though complementary values which are characteristic of the peoples of East and West. Thank you for supporting my channel. May God bless you and keep you. Our Lady, Queen of Peace, pray for us.